What's going on, lineage? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Greetings, greetings, greetings. Wow, go on. This is your brother Chief Kalanago with another video. We're about to dive in. We're about to go in a little deep. All right. Now, I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but it is what it is, right? Like I told y'all before, I've been doing this for a minute. Okay. So we're going to get into a little bit of deep sea diving, and we're going to expose some of these lies. Okay, what we have to realize as a collective is that everything that happened in the Americas to the original people, you see what I'm saying, the so-called Negro, the so-called black people, okay, it was planned, it was well devised. All right, what it is, Kick Rocks. All right, it was well divine, it was well devised, pardon me. It was um it was something that was literally constructed even before this so-called slavery, because we have to realize that these black Europeans, and I'm gonna call them black devils, the so-called Negroes of Europe, the nobility that came here in 1492. These people came among us to learn our ways and went back to Europe and got troops and came back and fought our people. All right. So we have to realize what took place. All right. It was coming amongst our people as friends, as brothers, then fighting our people to take our land, taking our people into Europe, also enslaving our people. And the replacement had to take place because remember, it was a so-called discovery, right? A so-called discovery. How can you discover something where people were already at? So it was a rediscovery, all right? But with the rediscovery, what they had to do was they had to make everything new. So people will realize that the names that we see in the Americas, all right, um, what it is, Kalunji. Greetings, 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 lineage. All right. What we'll realize that everything had to become new, not just the names, okay? Not just the names of the places, but the people as well. So a new race had to be created. Okay. So all that was done through paper genocide in regards to, the replacing of the original people. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and prove to you that this happened all over the Americas. It just did not happen in the United States. It happened all over the Americas. So I'm going to go back to a video that I think I did about 5 years ago when I went to one of the museums out here in the United States. All right. And I want you to listen to the conversation and pay attention to the physiognomy. When I say physiognomy, I'm talking about the facial features of the people and look at their complexions. All right. And then let's compare that to when I just came from Dominica, and I'm going to show you what they say the Kalanagos or the original Caribs look like, right? So we'll get into all that. And I'm going to show you these people look exactly the same way. Now, once we are done with that, we're going to take a journey into Siberia. We're going to take a journey into the Mongolians. We're going to take a journey and look at some of the East Indians. And then you will see a pattern in regards to description, once again, facial features, physiognomy, and the same complexions of these people. Now, it begs the question, well, now we see that there's a trend in these so-called Native Americans. They look like these East Indians. They look like these Asians. So now the question is, who came first and who was here first? You know what I'm saying? And even if we didn't have any type of archaeological research or proof to prove that the original people of the Americas were so-called Negroes or so-called black people, then we have to go through a process of what I call conductive reasoning. You see what I'm saying? Because recessive genes cannot produce dominant genes. It's impossible. It's impossible. That's why I tell people, it doesn't matter how you come at me. I'm able to shut everybody down because I'm just good with it like that. You feel me? I'm going to repeat myself. The 6 ether genes cannot produce 9 ether genes. Two 6 ether beings cannot produce a 9 ether being. You feel me? Two 7 ether beings cannot produce a 9 ether being. Two 8 ether beings cannot produce a 9 ether being. But however, 9 ether beings, all you have to do is flip the 9 into a 6, and boom, you get the most recessive race. So therefore, every other ethnic group came from the 9 ether beings, facts over feelings. You feel me? So I could shut it down any way that anybody could try to challenge me on this. So what we're going to do, like I said, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video and pay attention, because I caught the lady. All right, I caught her real good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what they said when I went to the Carib Reserve, right? The girl that was there. Now, she was of a dark skin hue, but you could tell she's mixed, right? Meaning that she has a little bit of the East Indian in her. So she was like, even with her, because she has a dark complexion, the other Kalinagos, she feel like she's out of place. Like they always tell her, well, you're not a full-blood Kalinago, because she has more of a darker hue. But I had to put her to sit down. And when I broke it down to her, I could tell she absorbed the information. And, I raised her vibrations. You feel me? Because I let her know that, listen, don't be ashamed of your dark hue, because these other ones came from you. Okay? You are closer to the original than they are. And I gave her facts. I gave her proof. I didn't just talk. All right? I gave her information to research, because that's what I do. You feel me? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to show you the pictures of some of these so-called original Kalinago people in the Carib reserves. All right? And then I'm going to play the video that when I went to the museum out here in the United States, and what you're going to see. Wow, lo and behold, they look like the same people. All right? So it was orchestrated. It was planned real good. And our people fell for that trick. We drank the Kool-Aid. So let us get into that without further ado. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I could find this. I know I have it somewhere in a file. So let me just pull that up for y'all real quick. And we're going to get into this. All right. Let me open that up. And we are going to get into this. Share this. Give me 1 second. Let me go hit the share button. And we are going to discuss this. Because like I said, man, the game is really deep. It's crazy. Window, which am I sharing? Window right here. Okay. So we're going to dive deep into this. And let's get into this build right now. So here we go, right? So when I went to Dominica, I went to the Carib Reserve, like I said, the Kalinago territory, right? And, there was another brother there, right? He had locks, but he had a lot of knowledge. So even right before I came, they were actually having a similar conversation. And when I popped up, it was just like the ancestor sent me to solidify what he was telling her. And we had a beautiful conversation. So, but on the walls of the Carib Reserve, just like when you have the Native American reservations, well, in Dominica, they call it the reserve. It's the same thing. Reserve, reservation, same thing. All right. They did it all over the Americas. So let us pull this up and look at the first one. All right. Let me see if this is going to open up. Uh-huh. All right. Let me see what I'm going to have to do with this. I'm going to have to stop sharing this and go ahead and see if I could do it again. All right. Give me 1 second. Pull this up here. Hit share. I'm going to do this one more time. Hopefully it's not going to. Here we go. I think I got it here this time. All right. So this is one of the pictures right here. All right. Uh-huh. This is one of the pictures that they're showing. Those are the original Caribs, right? Now, as we go along, pay attention. Let me see if I could go to the next slide, if it's going to allow me to do that. Go to the next slide. Okay. I think it's gonna work. Here we go. So pay attention. Look at the pictures really well. Go back to the video, pause, take a look at it, right? They're saying these are the original Caribs, right? Take a look. Take a look. Take a look. These people are East Indians. These people are Asians, okay? They are Asians. They are East Indians mixed with Asians. Some of them are just full-blown Asians. Whether you break them down into Mongolians, Siberians, I mean, different type of Asians. Okay, that's what they are. Okay, that's what they are. Let me see if I could blow this up some more so we could bring this. Here we go. All right. Pay attention to the facial features. Look. All right. Pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah, pay attention. Okay. Now, these are the people they're telling us are the original Caribs. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Here we are. Pay attention to the eyes. Pay attention to the features. That's what we're doing right now. Pay attention to the hair. That's what we're doing right now. Let us look. Okay. Okay, look. Look at this lady with the red bandana right here. All these people are Asiatic people, all Asians. Okay, they are all Asians. All right, let's go to the next one. The next slide. Hold up for 1 second. Let's go to the next one. Take a look. Right here. They're telling us that those are the Caribs, the original Caribs, the colonizers of Dominica. Okay, pay attention now. Pay attention. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying these people were not sent to Dominica, but they're not the original people, just like how we have the natives here in the United States and different parts of America. All right. Now check this out. Let's go to the final one that I had. Here we go. Pay attention. Look. See these people right here? Pay attention. Now, remember, if you can, all this description of these people. Kalinago family and Hut, Dominica, early 20th century. All these people are new people. They are a new breed people. Okay? Even the ones they have one now, the majority of them look like the current Mexicans with curly hair. Okay? Even Mexicans, they're all Asians. They're all Spaniards. They're the same people. They just speak different languages. Okay? All right, boom. So now we see this. Let's stop sharing that now. Okay? And we are going to go back. I said, okay, now I'm going to play that video for y'all. And look at what remember what I just showed you. And then while you're going through the video to the museum that I went right here in the United States, you're going to see the people looking the same way, but pay attention to the conversation because I'm going to pause in between and I'm going to do some more narrating. All right. Let us go ahead and play this video. I'm not going to play the entire video. I'm going to go towards the back end of that video. All right. Okay. Let me ahead and share my screen. And that's a video I actually did how many years ago? That was that was 3 years ago. All right. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Let me go ahead and share this. Now pay attention, lineage. Pay attention. Like I said, man, I've been on that ass for a while. Okay. They can't play with me now. They can't play with me. Let's share this. All right. And let me go ahead and bring this up. Hopefully, we could make it wider. All right, beautiful. Pay attention, please. Okay.
New Orleans is like, you ever seen that causeway when you're going into New Orleans off the 12 Pontchartrain?
Okay.
That's how far down
Yeah.
south that's, Marshall is, I think that's down south, isn't it? I think Marshall is.
Now, just so you know, this is another brother that was actually there at the museum that day. Okay, so that was at it was at Poverty Point Mound. Just so you know where the location is, Poverty Point Mound. All right, look it up. All right.
Um, yeah.
There's more over here. You also had
Now that lady that just came into the conversation, she works there, and she's a pale woman. Pay attention and listen to the conversation very carefully.
all your poverty point objects in the back of pottery, clay figures, idolaters for kits, and also it shows where the actual stone came from.
Yeah. All right. Now you start seeing the people, right? You start seeing the images of the people. Complexions about the same. Pay attention. Listen to the conversation I had with her. Okay. Once I was done with her, she had to run, watch, and listen.
So feel free.
Thank you again.
Yeah. So, quick question, right? If you don't mind, right? I mean, I see they have these people here, right?
Mhm.
If these people are not the original people, then why are they showing these people?
They don't know.
They don't know why.
They don't know exactly who. I think this is what they're going by.
Mhm.
So just to give you a premise as to what's going on, right? I didn't want to put her on the spot and give her a clue as to say, well, hey, you know what? Those are not the original people, and get into the conversation. I just assumed that she knew, and it worked out perfectly. Because I said, if those are not the original people, how do you know? Because you see, if I had approached it in a different way, she would have gotten defensive, and I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Because you see, when I go to these places, I always allow my ancestors to guide me. You feel me? I ask them to put the words in my mouth and bring the truth out. But I'm going to back it up just a little bit, and you'll hear what she said, because they're talking about the mound builders. So I was like, if these people are not the original people, then why is this? And she's saying, well, I don't know, but this is what they are saying. So let us listen to this again. Okay? Let's listen to it again.
Clay figures, idolaters for kits, and also it shows where the actual stone came from.
Yeah.
So feel free.
Thank you again.
Yeah. So, quick question, right? If you don't mind, right? I mean, I see they have these people here, right?
Mhm.
If these people are not the original people, then why are they showing these people?
They don't know.
They don't
That's
know
the
why.
thing. They don't know exactly who. I think this is what they're going by.
Mhm.
They're not sure
Mhm.
as far as who.
So they don't know who the original people are.
Correct.
So if they don't know, then how do they assume that this is what they look like?
Just by what they have found, I know.
Because my thing is this, right? If I find like some rocks, right, and I find some artifacts, how do I determine that these people did the artifacts when the truth of the matter is I'm the original one?
That's a good question.
You heard what she said? That's a good question. And I'm talking about the lady that's in charge of the museum, in charge of the tours. You feel me? So I'm like, you see how I have to approach her, right? If these people are not the original people, then why are we assuming that they built the monks and all these artifacts belong to them? Oh, well, we don't know. That's just what they're saying and what they go by. And I'm like, well, if the original look like me, how come they're saying that it's them? She will, oh, well, that's a good question. Why she didn't refute and say, well, hey, you're not the original one. We were not taught that. Pay attention, lineage. Pay attention.
See what I'm saying? Like,
That's a
how
good
can't you
question.
assume like, and that's my thing, because we are the original people of the land. They didn't look like this.
Yeah.
But for you to just say, even if you don't know, I'm going to assume that they look like this. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you don't know, well, why make the assumption? And that's why I came out to see what's what, because I like to question these things, because I know my ancestors have always been here. You know, I mean, we didn't come here, we have always been here, but yet still, when you have the museums, you show the people looking like the natives. You see, we are not natives. There's a difference. We are American Indians. They are natives, because all native means is to be born. American Indian means to be an aboriginal. So what you do, you've wiped out the face of the American Indians and say, well, you know what? We're going to assume the natives did that. But yet still the natives will tell you, hey, we don't know who built the mounds. So why give them the credit? I mean, no, it's okay. You can speak up. No, we're not seeing your face. It's all right. I mean, we about, so my thing is to tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? No, it's okay. I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot. So,
You see, she ran. She ran. Okay, she head for the heels. She running back to her desk.
I mean, you know, I'm not recording you though. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But I get it. I get it. You can't say too much. But thanks for pointing that information out. I appreciate it. All right. But anyway, as y'all can see, man, we're at Poverty Point, and like we said, hey, they don't know, right? You don't know. I'm pointing out this picture right here.
Look, you see, same thing with the people in Dominica. Look at the faces and look at the picture. When you get a chance, pause the video, go back to what I showed you in Dominica, and look what they have in Poverty Point right here in the United States. Same game plan, same blueprint. My brothers and sisters, we have to realize the game that was played on us, man.
And the young lady that works here, she could only say so much because I could see the reaction in her face when I'm talking about it because she can't say too much. I guess she got her work and her job to protect, and I respect that. But my thing is, you heard it with her own mouth. Like, they don't know what the people look like, but based on the artifacts, you're assuming that this is what the people look like. So once again, like I keep telling y'all, as a people, we have to step up and question this. We have to question these things. We can't just allow history to be told, right, without questioning his story. Because if his story is not questioned, then it remains as truth. So we have to step to these natives and let them prove that they are who they say they are, because they are not. And that's why I like to challenge these things. And as you could hear it, I mean, I didn't want to record the young lady's face because she's working, and I don't want to get her in trouble. However, you heard it for yourself. Well, we don't know what they look like, but based on the artifacts, we assume that it's them. How can you make an assumption? Look at this right here, right? Those are rocks, right? You have clinker, you have petrified wood, you have talc, you have shell, you have channel coal, fluorite, all these different stones, right? How can you assume by looking at stones that the people, okay, that build these mounds, they look like these people? You see what I'm saying? But once again, you heard it. Well, we don't know. We assume that this is what they look like. We can't go based on assumption, and that's what's being done to our people.
All righty, my brothers and sisters. I keep telling y'all, man, don't play with me. I've been on this greasy for a long, long, long time, man. Okay? A very long time. And I'm here to keep exposing all of these lies, man. Because that's what they do. That's what museums are for. Museums, gymnasiums, stadiums, they are for shows, okay? So that they have an audience. They got to put on a show. They're all actors. You dig? So with that being said, I showed you what they have in Dominica, Roseau, Dominica, as the supposed original Kalinago, aka Carib people, and I showed you the same thing in Poverty Point. Now, where exactly is Poverty Point Mound? I forgot where it's at, but where is Poverty? Let me see. Give me 1 second. Poverty Point Mound. I think it might be Ohio, but let me just make sure. I'm not sure if it's Ohio. It's located where it's at, the Poverty Point Mound. Poverty Point Mound is located in where is that? Let me see. Where exactly is that? It says Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. I went down there, and that was one of my missions, going to going to the museum, because I know every time I go, I know exactly what to ask them, because before I get into any any of the museums, I ask my ancestors to guide me and put the words in my mouth. I have another one where, boom, I caught the dude right-handed. Okay, right-handed, man. I'm telling you, they can't play with me, man. They cannot play with me. I'm telling y'all, they can't play with me. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to show you. Now, remember all the faces of these people, and let us go look at some Siberians. Okay, let us look at some Siberians. People think this is a game. It is not a game. I don't play these games, man. Let me see, Siberians. And then later you could pause the video and go back and do your own comparison. Okay, look at the Siberians. You see that? Look at these people. Even the girl did a video saying Native Americans versus Siberians, Native Siberians, and in that TikTok video, she said they're the same. But we don't have to play that right now. Okay? See that? They are all Asian people. Okay? All Asian people. How do you know? You know by the hair and the physiognomy. That's how you know. Okay? That's how you know. Now, those are Siberians. Boom. Let us go look at Native Mongolians. Native Mongolians. Let's go look at them. Native Mongolians. Hold up. What am I doing here? Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to share, present, share. Native Mongolians. Let's look at them. Let's see what they look like. Here we go. Boom. Okay. They are all Asians. Okay. Look at the ones all the way to the right. My right. Mongolian people, indigenous, okay, with the red top and brownish top, right? They are the same people, same physiognomy, same facial profile, okay, same hair, okay? Those are the 7 ether beings, all right? And the well, they're all East Indians, but I'm talking about the East Indian, meaning that the Hindustans, okay, they are the 8 ether beings. Those are the 7 ether beings. And the pale race is the 6th ether being. All right? So all of them right here. Look, what does it say? Mysterious Mongolian blue spot. A lot of the Mongolians have a blue spot. Even a lot of the Native Americans have that blue spot as well. Why do you think all the way to the right they show a so-called Native American chief? Because they have what's called a mark called the blue spot. Okay, I'm putting y'all onto game. Okay, it is a genetic trait with with Mongolians. Okay, look it up for yourself. The blue spot in Native Americans and Siberian and Mongolians. Okay, so you see that all these people here, those are the same people that were in the museums and the same people that was in Dominica. They showing the original people. All right, let's go to another one. Like DJ Khaled said, and another one. Share my screen. Let's go to another one. Boom. Check this out. What do we have? Native Americans from Mongolia. Let's see what they look like. All right, let's see what they look like. Let me ask you a question. Why aren't the current Native Americans today look like this? Because it had to be a process of whitewashing. Okay, and the last round was the $5 Indian round, where the Caucasian pale race paid $5 to become Indians. So that's why most of them right now are more from Europe opposed to Asia, but Europe is also in Asia. You see what I'm saying? I keep telling y'all, man, don't play with me, man. I'm not the one. All right. So that's what you would see them look like in the 1800s. All right, but they have to keep going deeper into the rabbit hole and burying our story. So it becomes his story. They all work together. Okay. Native Americans, Caucasians, they're all Asians. Hence, Asian, Caucasian, they're all Asians. East Indians, they're all Asians. Okay? They're all Asians, man. All right, boom. Let's stop sharing that. Next, what do we have? We have Native East Indians. You're going to see the same profile to a certain extent. Okay? Let me because a lot of these people were taken, the East Indians were taken to Trinidad, Guyana, those places, and they became what was called the Dogla people. Now, when you look at Dogla, they will fool you and tell you that the Dogla people are mixed with African people. That's not true. They are mixed with the indigenous people of Trinidad and Guyana. All right. So we're looking now at East Indians. Okay. You have Caribbean East Indians because they were brought into the Americas. So again, you will see them in Trinidad, and you will see a lot of the Colonagos, the current Colonagos, they look like East Indians as well. A lot of them still look like the current day Mexico, but with their hair a little more curled. Okay. I'm telling y'all, man. All right. What else do we have? Let us go look at the original Eskimos, because I'm showing you once again, when I say, oh, give me 1 second. Let me just go ahead and share this. All right. Pull that up. Let's go look at some Eskimos. All right. Boom. Here we are. Now you'll realize the further back you go, when you look at these Native Americans, is you'll realize they more look like the Eskimos than anything, because they had that darker complexion. Because why? They were mixed with Siberian, Mongolian, and Eskimos. Those people were brought here as servants, okay, and they were put in boarding schools to learn how to become American Indians. Man, y'all think this is a game, huh? All right, then. Here we go. You see them? Here we are, right here. Look at this. That's why today you will not see the Native Americans look like this, because they look more pale-skinned European today. Because the goal was to remember, the first have to become the last, and the last become the first. So the last breeded race on Earth is the pale race, the Caucasian race, the pale race. But yes, the because not every pale individual is a Caucasian. So therefore, the Caucasians have about 50 to 60 different ethnic groups. All right. So I'm saying all that to say is they had to be last. That's why they had to be in control. You feel me? It was given to them. All right. Pale people did not fight for stuff like that. It was given to them because that was the natural order of how things were supposed to work in the universe. Okay. The first had to become the last, and the last will become the first. And that's why you see us American Aborigines, we are rising back right now, because we were the first. You feel me? That's why we had to be last. And the world know this, man. They know this. Okay, they know this. Even our African brothers and sisters, they know this. They waiting on us. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. They waiting on us. All right? They are waiting on us. You feel me? All these people are native. Okay, if you were to see them right here today, people would call them Native Americans, because they have the same phenotype, they have the same genome, they're the same people, they have the same DNA admixture. Okay, now let us put in black Eskimos. All right, let me go ahead and share this again. I'm just showing you, showing you that these people, who they are. I'm just exposing the truth. Black Eskimos. Boom. Here we are. Okay. See that? Black Eskimos. Same thing for the most part. Boom. Of course, you had Eskimos who were a whole lot darker. All right. But eventually it had to lighten up. Okay. It had to lighten up. I wonder if I put in Negro Eskimos. Let me see if anything would come up. Negro Eskimos. Now, this gentleman right here is Matthew Henson. Matthew Henson is Taraji, Taraji, the actress, that's her great grandfather. All right. He was an explorer. All right. So he was one of the ones that went into, what you call it, exploration, hiking and climbing those tall, what you call it, ice mountains in wherever the Eskimos were. All right, but that's Taraji, the actress. I forgot her surname, but That's her great grandfather, just so y'all know, just in case you didn't know, okay? So just want to share that little bit of history with you. All right. So here we are, right? You'll realize that a lot of these people, when you go back and you start reflecting on the earlier, Native Americans, that's what they actually look like. And you have to ask yourself, well, hold up. What's going on? All right. So you see that? There we go. All right. Those are these people right here. Okay. And now you have to ask yourself, even a lot of the Seminoles are mixed with Eskimos and Mediterraneans, Greek. All right. Going all the way back to the Minoans. But even the Minoans and the Phoenicians were people of color. They will not tell you that. All right. In Greece. Okay. Man, listen, man, y'all better recognize, man. Trust me, man. All right. So what else do we have here? Okay. We got that. We covered that already. All right. So we could close this out. What else do we have? Now, let me go show you pictures of what they said that the Arawaks look like. Because remember, they said that the Taraji, yeah, I think so. Henson, that's her name, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Well, that's her great grandfather, just so y'all know, okay? And Taraji knows she's indigenous. Trust me, she knows. She knows she ain't black. All right. So this is what they saying that the Arawaks look like. All right. But then let's look at that. All right. So the story is it like the Arawaks were first, right? And then from the Arawaks, they got wiped out by colonization and the Caribs. And then there was a war between the Taino and the Caribs. All right. Now let me show you, let me debunk all that nonsense. Well, first of all, those are East Indians mixed with some form of Mediterranean. Okay. Like, trust me, I know. Okay. I know. So these people are East Indians mixed with Mediterraneans. They may have other admixtures, but they are not the original Arawak or Arawak. No, they are not. Okay. They are not. Now, like I said before, they will tell you that these people were different people. They were not different people. The Arawaks, the so-called Arawaks, the Caribs or Kalinago, and the Taino were the same people. And I've already given that example. If a mother has 20 children, all right, and well, let's say she had 30 children, 30 children, right? And 10 of them were Crips, 10 of them were Bloods, and then 10 of them were another gang, and you call them different names. Let me ask you a question. Wouldn't they all come from the same mother, even if there was some type of divide and conquer? Is the same thing with the Kalinago, so-called Caribs, and the Arawak and the Taino. The Arawak or Arawak was the original people, okay? But because of divide and conquer, because there were certain tribes of the Arawak that were more fierce, they called them Caribs, and hence the word cannibals, and labeled them as cannibals. And then they created the Taino, all right? But when you go look at linguistics, you'll come to find out, okay, that, let's go to this, Google, what language did the Caribs speak? Okay. The Caribs, they spoke an Arawakan language. Okay. They spoke an Arawakan language just like the Taino spoke an Arawakan language. So my question is, if what we were told was true, that the Arawaks were the weaker ones, why is that the stronger ones, like the Carib, happen to be speaking the language of the weaker one and not the other way around? You see, they can't play these games with me. They cannot play these games with me. It's about divide and conquer. It's about divide and conquer. The Caribs and the Tainos spoke an Arawakan language. Okay, an Arawakan language. But Taino was the language, not a people. So they spoke. In fact, let me show it to y'all, man. I don't want y'all to think I'm making this stuff up. I'm making this up, man. All right. Let me show y'all this. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm making this up. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Here we are. Arawakan language. Taino is an extinct Arawakan language that was spoken by the Taino people of the Caribbean. So the language was an Arawakan language that was called Taino, the language. The Caribs also spoke that. So once again, I'm going to ask you a question. If the Arawak and the Tainos were the weaker link, like we're being taught by his story, and the Caribs were the most fierce one, why are they speaking the language of the weaker tribes? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Okay? So once again, I'm showing you that the people, they were one people, the same people, okay? People of so-called Negroid features until they were replaced. Now, people always ask, these natives, they always slick. Oh, well, if you're the original people, what happened to your language? I could ask the same question. If we could, all the Africans got their languages. If we're from Africa, how come we can't speak the African language? You see how easy it is to slap them back in their faces? Because they always talk about that. Oh, well, if you're the indigenous people or the original people, what happened to your languages? What happened to your culture? Well, let me ask you a question. If we were Africans, what happened to our languages? Why can't we speak the African languages? You feel me? Because, my brothers and sisters, because we were the first, we had to go through this process of forgetfulness so that we could deteriorate and become the last. Okay? Trust me. That's facts over feelings. All right? I know a lot of people are not gonna get it, but it's okay. It's all gonna come to life. I promise you, the truth is gonna come out. And then you'll go back at 20, 50 years from now and say, damn, Chief Kalanaga was saying of the truth 100 years ago. Watch. Let us go to the next. All right, so we went to the Arawakan language. All right, let's pull something up real quick. Because these people think I'm playing games. I ain't playing no games. We ain't doing that. Let us go to a digital collections of the New York Public Library. Okay, this is information that you could go pull up yourself. All right, from the digital collection, the New York Public Library. What does it say? Carib Indians making baskets in Dominica. Let us go look at the Caribs and see what they look like here. All right, let me see if I could extend that some more. What do you know? Hold up, wait a minute. Give me 1 second. Bring that down here for a second. What do you know? I see a whole lot of so-called Negroes in that picture. Somebody got some explaining to do. I see a whole lot of so-called Negroes that are Caribs in Dominica making baskets. So let me ask you a question. Who are these people they tell you that are the Caribs or the natives? Because I see a whole lot of Negroes right there making baskets. And this is in where it's at. It's in the New York Public Library digital collection. Oh, man, listen, man. I keep telling y'all, man, don't play with me, man. Don't play with me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not the one. Okay, I'm not the one. All right? I'm not the one. Let us go to the next. Boom, what else do we have? What else do we have? Go ahead and share this right there. Boom. Share this photo right here. Where do we have it? Results. Here we go. Check this out. This right here is Carib's high-res stock photography, and that's Alame license details. Okay, it's stock photos. All right, Caribs right here. Okay, negotiating with colonizers. But like I tell people before, A lot of our ancestors sold out. It is what it is. I call it like what it is. You know what I'm saying? They got caught up with the whole commerce. They took a lot of them took the bag, which is the same thing that's happening today. Ain't nothing different, ain't nothing new under the sun. And that was what was happening. Okay, let us go to the next. And I'm going to show you that when they keep telling us that a lot of these people came from Africa and all this stuff, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Lies, lies, lies. Check this out. This right here is also on the island of Dominica. Those are English, French, Negroes. Those are English, French. That was a match, right? It was a cuddling match between English and French Negroes. Well, hold up. I thought the Negroes were from Africa. So how come the Negroes came from English Negroes and whom? French Negroes. So what they did was they were taking Negroes from Guadeloupe and Martinique and bringing them to Dominica, taking so-called Negroes from the United States, bringing them into the Caribbean, taking so-called Negroes from the Caribbean and different parts of the Americas, bringing them into the United States. You'll be surprised to see that how many of y'all in the United States got ancestors that came from South America. Because guess who gave Africa Africa civilization? South America. Okay, South America. This is not a game, man. Let's read this again. A cuddling match between English and French Negroes. Well, hold up. Where these Negroes came from? French Negroes, Martinique and Guadeloupe. All right? And English Negroes, Britons. Who are they? The Blackamoors. I'm not sure if they're ready for this, Chief. I'm not sure if they're ready for this, but I'm gonna slap them with it though. Let us go look at this young lady right here now. Okay? Let's go look at this young lady right here now. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Who is this young lady? Who is this young lady right here? Now look at this young lady's nose. Look at her facial features. Okay, what does it say? This right here is a Carib in Dominica, so-called black and black and white stock, but it's a Carib, okay, from Dominica. Okay, look at this again. Look at the one in the middle, a Carib Stand Creek. Stand Creek is in Belize. That's another Carib from Belize. Then you have the Caribs from Cuba. Then you have a mixture all the way on the left right here, okay, of a Carib American mixed with Mongoloid. Mixed with Mongoloid. So like I said, these people came in and mixed in with our people, man. Okay? Came in and mixed in with our people. This right here, in the middle right here, is a Carib of Belize. We're looking at original people right here. Now pay attention to this young lady right here. I just want you to look at her real close. Okay? And I'm going to show you something else. Because people think this is a game. Let me show you something else real quick. Where we at? Where do we have that? Let me show it to you real quick. Okay? Let me show you this right here. And look at the nose, right? Look at the nose. And I'm going to show you another picture. All right? Let me go ahead and stop sharing this one. Now, brothers and sisters, pay close attention to the woman's face, her facial features and everything, right? Boom. Let us stop sharing that. And let us go back here. And we are going to go to this image right here. Okay? Boom. Now check this out. Check this out. Remember the nose of that young lady? Guess who these two women are? The one on the left is my grandmother who's now 92. And guess what? The one on the right is her sister, my grand auntie. Indigenous Caribs. Okay? My grandmother, like I said, is 92. Her grandmother was 96. And then her great-grandmother lived in the hundreds. I literally went back all the way into the 1720s and she never heard a story of a slave yet. Y'all saw the video. You feel me? Man, listen, man. I keep telling y'all the game that was played on our people, man, it's not even funny, man. It's not even funny. It's a dangerous game that was played. And as a people, it is time for us to start coming together and making this claim and standing and reclaiming our birthright. Okay? And listen, it was supposed to happen. All right? It was supposed to happen. This is something that a lot of people may not get, they may not comprehend, they will never understand, they will never overstand, they will never understand. But it was supposed to happen. That was just the nature of progression in the universe. Okay? The first have to become the last, and the last have to become the first. It is really that simple. But now where we are at is the last meeting the first in the middle to create equilibrium. And that's what this new age is all about. That's what the new race is all about. Okay? And that's the only way to create the heaven on earth again. So I just want to come and share some of this information with y'all, man, because it's important. And like I said, use my story, use my grandmother's story. All right? Use my grandmother's story to encourage you to dig deeper. You feel me? Use that as an example, because not too many people have a grandmother that's 92 years old telling you those things. And it's still coherent, still cognizant, of the things that she speak. You know what I mean? Yes, supreme wealth and wealth, health and wealth. It is depressing, yes, it can be. But me, I don't allow these things to depress me, because I knew what happened and why it had to happen. So now it's about teaching and reaching and, and continue to show the information. And then eventually people will start waking up, because everybody, for the most part, because it's the only way for things to come back with, from what we call to bring back equilibrium, is for we, the American Aborigines, to get it. Okay? Because the world is waiting on us. That's facts. I'm telling you. A lot of us just don't know it. Okay? But this is a fact. All right? And so your grandmother is 93, doesn't speak of slave stories either. There you go. Exactly. All right? That's a fact. That's a fact. Even all the way up to the late 70s, our people owned the majority of the land. Okay? When you come here in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn, I'm talking about Park Slope, I'm talking about Bed-Stuy. People of our hue and color, ethnicity, owned all the brownstones. Okay? So my brothers and sisters, we have to rise. Is the only way it's going to happen, is the only way the world is going to change, is when we stand up, because the world is waiting on us. Nobody else but us. So they're trying to push it back to Africa, like Africans are the one that's supposed to wake up. No, it is us. And the real Africans know it's us, but they're pushing the illusion. You feel me? Don't fall for the trap, man. You did? Because this is where it all began. Right here. Okay? So, like I said, I hope you guys found some value in this video, man. And all I could do is just continue to share information with you, continue to teach. And I'm just serving my purpose. I'm thankful, much gratitude to my ancestors, our ancestors, man, for having given me the passion, to do the research and do all the reading and all the studying, all these years, over 20 something years of studying this. I have no regrets whatsoever. All right. So just know, like I said before, it was supposed to happen. Just like when you go into the ancient concept of Egypt, and I'm saying it's a concept of Egypt, that the people were a heavy melanated people, but it had to be whitewashed. Why? Because that was supposed to be the transition. It's always that's life. You see, life is fair. People don't get that. Life is fair. Don't expect pale people to be, they were always going to be at the bottom. No, that's not how life works. Some people say life is not fair. That's not true. Life is very fair. The problem is people don't comprehend life. Okay, life is fair. Life is just. Because if it wasn't that way, then we would have a major problem. Because things would not be able to go back into what we call equilibrium. But because life is fair, it means that everybody had a chance to experience being high, and everybody had the chance to experience being low. And now the low and the high got to come together to create equilibrium, to create heaven on earth. Okay? And that's facts. And that's truth. And like I told y'all before, it will all come to light. You feel me? So if you don't mind, go back and look at the video again and pause, and you could go back to my channel, into my channel, and go back on my main channel, Original American Son, and go back about 3 to 4 years, and you will see that video. I actually did another video where I went to another museum. As soon as I walked in, the gentleman asked me, "Are you Chickasaw?" You see what I'm saying? So, and then we got into a conversation back and forth, and I had him literally biting his tongue because they can't play with me. Of course, you guys saw the video with when I called the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma. He had to spill the bean again. Well, if my grandmother permed her hair, she looked like one of the black people in Oklahoma. Well, hold up. What does perming your hair? How can perming your hair change your complexion? You feel me? I always got them spilling the beans when they get into their emotions, because they know the truth. They know we are the original people. And every tongue will confess and every knee shall bow, because we are on the rise. We are here. We never left. We never came. And it's time to reclaim our birthright. And that's what we're gonna do. All right. So, like I said, we got work to do. I love y'all, man. Have yourself an amazing sunrest, and we will talk soon. Peace.